Welcome to another episode of Inspiring Minds Conversation. At Inspiring Minds, we believe that the world is shaped by thinkers, dreamers, and doers. Those who challenge the ordinary, push boundaries, and create lasting impact. We are here to celebrate educators transforming life, the business leaders redefining success, the healers bringing hope, the change makers lifting communities, and the visionaries inspiring the next generation. We are more than just a platform. We are a movement built on the foundation that every great ideas, every selfless effort, and every bold step forward deserves to be recognized. We bring to you these conversations because we know that when we honor those who make a difference, we light a spark for others. By sharing these journeys of passion, resilience, and impact, we hope to inspire more people to step up, take action, and change the world in their own way. Joining us today is an exceptional leader who operates at the vital intersection of business strategy and human capital building. With nearly 2 decades of experience spanning across large scale operations, commercial strategies, and learning and development, he brings a deeply holistic perspective to how the organization grows. Today, he leads the learning and development at Auro Group, where his core focus is architecting a culture of continuous learning that actively derives business performance, innovation, and leadership excellence. Before his current role, he spent years shaping the learning ecosystem and massive operational framework with some of the country's most critical infrastructure, working from Delhi International Airport Limited, Hyderabad International Airport Limited, and GMR Aviation Academy. This high stake environment owned his mastery over the enterprise wide learning strategy, talent development, and executive coaching. An award winning L&D professional, he is deeply passionate about mentoring the next generation and actively engaging with the students and professionals alike to shape future ready leaders. Joining us, the conversation is Gijo Mathews. Gijo, thank you for being with us here today. So,
Thank you,
Gijo, to
thank you.
start up with, I'd like to introduce. I have tried, my team has tried to give some of the details about you. I would like to know more about you.
Thank you, Dr. Vishal. I think you've covered everything. There's nothing left for me to share anything. Only a few things. A very humble and simple human being who tries to bring smiles on with people working around. Sometimes I read a lot, rather most of the time I read a lot, and then I take part in marathons, half marathons, and all to just to be with people who have been there, just to know and share smiles. That's about me. Thank you very much, Dr. Vishal, for having me.
So, Jiju, you have nearly 2 decades of experience. But what makes your profile fascinating is that in span of operation, commercial strategies, and L&D, how does having a background in core heavy operation changes the way you look at training and capability building compared to someone who had just, uh, only even done traditional ledger?
It's a nice question, Dr. Vishal. I think in the last 2 decades of my work has actually given me a lot of privilege to meet people from diverse background. They come with a lot of new mindset and perspectives. One thing which I learned from the people is that never judge them. Nothing is wrong or right. Generally, it reflects their kind of experience and the belief they're going through. Be an open listener. Just have that heart to listen to them. People need people just to listen to them. They don't want solution. They only want someone who can hear them out and then probably help them out slow and steady. L&D has always been close to my heart. Nevertheless, I believe my role is to bring the best out of individual, work on their strengths, help them find the right path and build confidence to succeed. That's something which I work along. I have my passion to do. I encourage one thing for the HR professionals that try to seek cross functional exposures, understand the business functions beyond the HR, which broadens their perspective, which can actually strengthen their business acumen, which can enable them to become a strategic partner in the true sense. The more we understand people and the business, the greater our ability to create meaningful impact. That's the one line summary I want to put across for this question. I hope I am to the point.
Jiju. So, Jiju, while looking at your profile, you have spent a significant part of your career with major infrastructure landmarks like Delhi International Airport, Hyderabad International Airport, GMR Aviation Academy. So, in these massive high-stake environments like airport, where operations runs 24/7 and the error can be critical, what did you learn about building learning ecosystem that actually stick under the intense pressure?
Let us accept one thing, and which is a simple truth also for me, that learning is a continuous journey. I come with a sharp mindset which keep moving, keep learning, and keep evolving. My mindset, or rather, for people who should be having that kind of mindset, is that don't limit yourself with any industry. Think that how can you help the people around you grow. It should be that the growth of yourself and success for your organization. A strong learning ecosystem can only be created when individuals have the curiosity and the willingness to learn. When employees continuously build new skills and adapt to new changes, they become more resilient, more confident, and probably better equipped to handle new tasks. Today, we need people who can come with those mindset that I will keep moving, I will keep learning, and I will continue to help my organization grow.
So, Jiju, you belong to HR genre, that is learning and development. Okay, so this question comes into my mind that you are deeply passionate about mentoring and coaching. So, in
Absolutely.
L&D space, people often throw these words according and terms they use interchangeably, but I understand that they are fundamentally different. So, how do you differentiate between mentorship and coaching when you built up the capability framework for the organization?
Dr. Vishal, very nice question. And I will absolutely agree with you that there are two different words, but something which is common in both of them is listening. Before we guide, advise, or offer solution, we must first understand the other person. Every individual learns differently. Let's understand that. He has got a unique experience and responds to different approaches. So, something which can be there for an executive person may not be the right fit for a senior guy or a CX or something. Effective mentoring and coaching are not about applying standard formula. They are about understanding the person behind the performance. So how can you actually evaluate, or rather push that person to perform under various circumstances that you need to assess? When we truly listen, we create the trust and the insight needed to help others. That will help them to learn, grow, and succeed. What I feel is that my mentoring is a good fit for people who are at the junior level. They need a little bit of hand holding. They need a lot of empathy. They need that we go along with them. Mistakes karo, absolutely fine. But we are there to guide them. Coaching is something which is supposed to be done on a senior level, and which I feel is that it is right when you think the business objectives needs to be in line with the outcomes which is expected from a senior person. So there are two different words. Absolutely, I agree with you. But let's start with understanding the person where he or she needs the intervention.
So, can you give me some more details about coaching and mentoring? So, because many people I have seen using interchangeably the mentoring and the coaching, but as you also said that it's differ from say mentoring is for young professionals, while coaching is for the senior professional. Okay, and it has now become a trend. I have seen on many things that people used to talk a lot about coaching, coaching, coaching. Okay, and we at Inspiring Minds focuses more on mentoring rather than coaching because we believe that hand holding is more important. So, what according
Absolutely.
to you would be a right approach for middle management? Because young professionals, you have said coaching is there, mentoring is there, and for the senior professionals, coaching is there. So, what would be a right approach for the middle management?
Do you assess a person without giving a work, or do you assess a person after giving a work? Rather, that's the question which we need to ask. Many people don't need an intervention. It is just that probably we want to put them on that task. If we are getting a right outcome, do you want to change that particular protocol? or rather do you want to change that road? No, no. If we are getting those desired results, let us say, example, we have a person who are the middle level who is doing a sales kind of a work, and he's able to generate the customers, he's able to bring in the right approach, and he's able to give the revenue to the organization. Why do you want to change the approach? Coaching comes in when you need to change the attitude of the person. How will the person guide those people to think differently? When your goalpost or the objectives of an organization is changing, how will the senior guy actually guide these middle people to to stay motivated, to bring in the results, and try to getting in the answers which the people who are above them are asking them. Coaching doesn't say that you really need to handhold them. You just need to work on the areas, gray areas, help them out in shortcomings. So middle level, just to answer, middle level could be a mix of mentoring and coaching, but understand where that is applicable. Let's not get into the integrity that you just came into the organization and you may require a mentoring. It may not require a mentoring. They may just require some kind of intervention to take them to the next level.
So, building on that, why is mentoring specifically so important for modern professionals? In the world where the Google almost, you can Google almost any process or framework, or you can ask AI, Chat GPT, Gemini. So, what is the human mentorship relationship that technology simply cannot replicate?
So simple question I want to ask you. A simple thing. When you come to the office, do you want to be surrounded by only machines, or you want to have some people around you to just talk or share experience? Just one simple question I want to ask you.
I would like a combination of both.
Fantastic. So you need people who can empathize with you. That is where the human mentorship is apart from technology. Technology, let us understand something, that technology can provide you information, insights, and guidance. It cannot truly replace the warmth a human connection has. A meaningful conversation, a genuine understanding, and a thoughtful encouragement can leave a lasting impact on the individual. When people feel heard, understood, and valued, they gain confidence that what they're trying to do and they're trying to move in the right direction is truly appreciated. That is the power of empathy we sometimes forget. If I come to the office, let me be very, very realistic with you. When I come to the office, first thing I ask my team members is that, was something done by me right, or do I need to change my approach? Technology, given anything, it's a tool for me to move to the next direction, but I need people to have that kind of conviction, to give me that assurance that I'm on the right path. So that something is apart, empathy, that sets the human mentorship apart from technology. Let's try practicing it. I think there's no harm in it.
Jiju, today you lead the L&D at Auro Group, focusing on creating a culture of continuous learning. So every company says that we want a learning culture, but the employees are often too busy or overwhelmed by their daily KPIs. How do you shift learning from being an extra to something employees genuinely engage with?
So simple thing. I'm very sure you're following the World Cup, FIFA World Cup 2026. I'm very sure you're following, and you must be supporting some team or the other. Come whatever happen, late night or any time, you will try to watch that team play. Agree or disagree, sir?
Agreed.
Agreed. So people are naturally drawn to what they enjoy and find meaningful. So they will hoot for that person. They will try to somehow bring in that energy, even if they are across the screen. They will try to do something or the other. Same principle applies for learning. So people are drawn to something which they enjoy and find meaningful. If learning is something like compliance, it becomes a big headache for them. They will say, "Yeah, we have to go and sit. Someone is on top of that." Try to make the learning little more meaningful and something wherein they are engaged. People feel participated. People try to show their skills. People will be more engaged in terms of when the learning becomes little more enjoyable. But when the entire purpose of your learning is that you need to tick the boxes, or rather you need to just fulfill those numbers for your goal sheet and the PMS, I think it becomes very heavy for them. We shall That's my humble request to all the L&D professionals. Try to bring in innovative innovations, something which can spark curiosity, something which can inspire growth, and something which can bring in learning as a habit. There are two things which are there, sir, in a learning environment. One is a push effect and the pull effect. Your learning should be such that people are pulled and sit throughout your session and say, "Maza aa gaya."
So, Jiju, at Inspiring Minds, we believe that the world is shaped by thinkers, dreamers, and doers who push the boundaries. So, in
True.
corporate world, how do you use L&D to encourage employees to think beyond their immediate job descriptions and actually start challenging the ordinary?
So let's understand one thing. One of the important objectives of L&D is to equip people with the right skills and confidence. At the same time, the underlying principle should be ownership. If we entrust the employees with additional work, would they be able to do it? That's the essence of L&D, that we're trying to equip them with the right amount of knowledge, the skills and all. What we actually get into the myths of thing is that we are more drawn towards the JD, something like the job description. Job description only says what needs to be done. It never says how it is to be done. That is where the L&D comes in. By building the right knowledge, skills, behavior, an organization can empower employees to take on responsibilities with confidence, adapt to the changing business environment, understand what needs to be done continuously, including adoption of AI, which can help them to become better employees for the current organization. I think that's the trust they will win from the organization and the employer. To sum it up, sir, skills will build confidence, confidence will drive performance, and the performance will fuel the organization's success.
Driving from there, you talk a lot about building the future ready talents. Okay,
Mhm.
that is quite evident on your LinkedIn profile also. Okay, so with industry changing to the fast due to automation and technology, how do you identify what skills your workforce will need 3 to 5 years down the line, and how do you design intervention to keep those unknown needs?
So I'm a strong believer of the fact that the L&D or the learning doesn't start today. It has to start looking at the things which we want to do in the next 3 to 5 years. It is not a simple calendar that you fix up the training for the employees and they will be able to give you the right result. First and foremost, which I feel is that we need to have a clear direction. The learning strategies can be equipped if we come to know what are the goals of the organization for the next 3 to 5 years. Let us say they want to bring in some new things into the organization. Simple thing, if they want to bring in or rather have higher revenue or anything, let's understand that with clarity and vision what they will be doing in the next 3 to 5 years. Then, as you said, what is driven, what are the goals, what we get, then based on that we can have the skill sets in place, the strategies in place. Let's understand one thing, that automation, AI, technological innovation will continue to reshape the workplace. The skills needed today may not be enough for tomorrow. Organizations that invest in continuous upskilling, reskilling will be able to be in a better position to adapt, innovate, and stay competitive. So, simple things are, let's understand what are the areas or gaps of an employee wherein the employers need to invest in. Let's identify hypos, the high performing employees also, and invest in them. There will be retention, there will be attrition also, but the organization needs to grow and they need to invest in the right talent.
Jiju, at our Inspiring Minds, our movement is built on the ideas that a single bold step or great ideas can light a spark for others. So, in your mentoring
True.
work with the students and young professionals, how do you teach them to cultivate that inner confidence to make the first bold step forward?
Some One of the questions which I really liked is that how do you work along with the students? Absolutely fantastic. I don't see any harm or any qualm in working with a Gen Z. Trust me, sir, they bring the best out of me. When I meet the students of today, They make you feel more humble and simple in your work. We have maybe we having 2 decades or 3 decades of experience, but when you talk to them in that simple manner, they give you a lot of ideas. Their curiosity, their fresh perspective, their innovative ideas remind me rather that the potentials for anyone is unlimited. What they need is just guidance, and given the right environment that will encourage them to think, experiment, and grow with confidence. Our responsibility as mentors and leaders should be to create a learning ecosystem where they can feel empowered to ask questions, share ideas, make mistakes, and improve continuously. I am a big fan of reverse mentoring also. So if there is a person who would like to sit along with me and just tell me, sir, these are things which you can adopt. Would you mind? I will be the first person to say, let us work along.
So when you talk about Gen Z, one thing comes always in my mind that there has been generation gap always.
True,
Okay.
true.
So when we were young, we used to have our own way of thinking. Okay, our own words, our own dictions, our own slangs. Okay, and everything. And we were always saying that our fathers does not know and we know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that has been so Gen Z. While I don't understand why Gen Z has been so criticized that they are not, they are doing this, they are doing that. We all did that. Okay, so there
Absolutely.
is no point in saying that the next generation is not doing what we are expecting. So that generation gap is always there. Okay,
Absolutely.
so
Absolutely.
why people criticize? I'm not able to understand still on that point.
I think there is a bit of insecurity also in people. Let's try to accept that there is a bit of insecurity in people. Those who are in the above generation, if I can put it this way, the generation X or some bit of millennials also, they feel threatened a bit that probably a person. So they have been used to this 5 days, 6 days culture. But when we bring in a Gen Z, they try to bring in quick solutions. Let's accept it. They are bringing in solutions. कहीं से भी लेके आए चैट जीपीटी गूगल दे ब्रिंग इन सोल्यूशन नाउ हाउ मच डू यू एक्सेप्ट दैट solution is in your mind, whether you want that solution to be in a one pager, two pager, a PPT, or a word, it is in your mind. Let's accept and let's try to grow together. That's where I think we need a proper amalgamation of thoughts, strategies. We need people from Gen Z, Gen X, and millennials. Sometimes I feel alpha also you can bring in just to take their ideas and say, how are we growing? We had Wikipedia. Where is Wikipedia gone today? We are all searching on the chat GPT.
Yes, let's accept that fact. We are all using chat gpt, Gemini, or any other tools. Okay,
True.
I remember when I used to search HR word of the day, I always used to, still I used to go to Wikipedia and search word from there, but
True.
still I take a lot of help from AI technologies.
Sir, I'll be honest with you. During my summer vacation, I had a globe at home, a globe which was gifted to me. And what I used to do is that I used to go through each and every country of a continent on a proper week. So let us say this week I have to study the continent Asia. Then I will write down the names of this country along with their capital. And by the end of the entire summer vacation, I was able to learn the capital. So, would I expect the same from a Gen Z? Let's accept it not, because he has a tool in place, Google or ChatGPT. He can go run through that and give me a paper. So, the hardships which we faced of yesteryear may not be required this year. Let's be very, very clear. Once upon a time, we used to do hand wash of clothes. Today, we have washing machine. Should we continue doing hand wash?
No, I don't think so.
True, true, true. So I think you and me are on the same page that we will adopt technology and we will also be a part of technology and we will try to make life better for people.
Sure, sir. So, what is the biggest gap that you see between academia teachers today and the corporate leaders actually demand from the next generation of visionaries?
There's a big disconnect, sir. And I'm being honest, being in L&D, I have seen this is a big disconnect in terms of the academic learning and the corporate expectation. And the expectation is very, very dynamic, very dynamic. It changes within no time. While the education institutions are built on knowledge, organization expects graduates to apply knowledge with confidence and business acumen. Now, where do we fit in? The idea is that we should bring in some bridge programs. Now, these bridge programs should be adopted or adapted towards the end of a particular semester, wherein if you feel that you are a part of a particular industry, the people from those industries should come in and say, this is something the world looks like. What I feel is that we should focus more on practical skills, workplace readiness, problem solving, communication, and real world business exposure. Now, when it comes to communication, what the students feel is right communication may not be the right in corporate world. Somewhere there is a disconnect which only people with a great acceptance, with a great thought visionary acceptance can change it. What I feel the future will lie with the strengthening of the classroom and workplaces. So let's try to bring an environment wherein the students can freely go into corporate and ask questions, what all things they are doing. And I'm a firm believer, let's not stay to the books only. Try to get more experimental learning. This is something which I feel. Those things of the past, summer internship chale gaya, we need to accept it. We need to grow more, work on real life things.
We always, we both are into the HR fraternity. We always used to go into lots of industry academia conclave or something like that. Okay. And whenever the events ends, the industry academia people will say that industry is not cooperating with us. Okay. That's the usual thing that I have always heard from the academia part. Okay. And then we came up with the mentorship program, and academia is silent. Okay. So all the industry professionals from all across India coming together to help the academia, but I don't know what to say.
See, as I always probably believe in, even when I go to the B schools, I feel these students are absolutely fantastic. There is no dearth of knowledge, there is no dearth of skill. The thing which lies is that are they ready to experiment? If, let us say, if you are only doing an HR and marketing, you may not think beyond that. You need to think beyond that. You should take up additional tasks and probably objects in life which can be helpful for your real time projects. During my MBA days, we used to go and meet advertisement companies. So during those small breaks, we used to do small advertisement work which is assigned. And trust me, we were not paid. It only gave me confidence. So if you have that thing zeal, go and approach your HRs and the other corporate world. Sir, we would like to do a 2 weeks project or a 3 week project from the academic itself. You will understand the real thing, and I'm very sure you will get extra brownie points when you go and attend interviews.
Even sir, I remember when I was taking one of the session with some students, I said that everywhere we have to start our MBA classes from Maslow's need hierarchy theory.
Absolutely.
The
Absolutely.
problem with what I understood during the discussion is that they know that these are the hierarchy of the need, but what actually that means in a corporate world or in a business environment, okay, they are not able to correlate that.
Sir, if you look at the last 6 months or 1 year data with the IT or any organization, and you can counter me on this, those people who have hit the ceiling in terms of salary at a higher rate actually have left the organization earlier. Okay, so those who have achieved a salary benchmark which is already so high, they have left the industry earlier. When I say left the industry, they were either asked to leave or take up something else. Now, why? Because the the way the knowledge is set apart is that you can earn so much at a very high pace. But what is the learning you are having? That incremental learning is missing. So I always tell when I meet the MBA grads and all, It's always good to take small steps. Even if the incremental growth is 10%, 15% year on year, you are in the right pace, you're in the right industry. So that expectation from the academia has to change, that if you get a salary or a CTC of X amount or whatever, 3 digit, 2 digit, it could be right for you. The B schools have a big role to play, sir. They should to guide the students that corporate world is becoming competitive, but if you take baby steps, you will have giant leaps. But if you take
Right.
giant steps, then probably you'll have to leave the room sooner.
Rightly pointed out. So, Jiju, before we come to our, towards the end of the session, so we are going to ask you a rapid fire question. Just first thing that comes in your mind.
Done, sir, done.
So, one book every aspiring leader must read.
I feel this is something which I always have my thoughts to. This is the book called The Mindset by Carol Dweck. Please read it. Fantastic book. It has changed me in terms of how I should be thinking. It brings in a lot of innovative ideas. It talks about the growth mindset.
For me, one of the book I preferably, usually suggest to my student is The Fish.
Oh, nice. Nice.
So, one most underrated skill in corporate life today.
Humility. It is skill, definitely yes. People are, the moment they reach a particular position, they say we know it all. Bring in some kind of AI also. That is something which I feel it is missing. But for me, top most is humility. Stay humble.
Classroom training or digital micro learning.
Hands down classroom, sir. Any given day, I would like to sit in the classroom. Reason being, I want to see the face of people, exchange some notes, engage with them. Something which is missing in micro learning.
So usually people ask the opposite side of the question. My question for you is the best piece of advice you have ever received.
One piece of advice which I have received is that keep improving yourself. The benchmark is just the number.
I said that because usually people ask the question that what is the advice you want to give to others. So I've changed the
No, no.
question that
No, the people have told me you're really good, but I think you need to change your benchmark, go little higher, go little higher. So I always keep pushing myself. If probably this is something which I always say, if I've read 10 pages today, I'll try to read 11. So I keep pushing myself.
so next question, what drives performance more, pressure or passion?
Pressure to achieve your passion drives me.
Wow, that's a one of the most diplomatic answer that you have given.
No, no, I like pressure. I always say the stress is good for me. And if you want to achieve your passion, then till you reach there, don't give it up.
One thing you wish you knew when you started your career 20 years ago.
I wish there were good mentors who could mentor me. Probably my growth had been a little more faster.
In that case, I have been lucky enough.
Wonderful, sir.
A thinker, a dreamer, or a doer. What describes you best?
It's a good one, sir. Actually, good one. But what I feel is that I am a thinker who keeps dreaming to do the best. That's something which I will profess.
So you have combined all the things.
Yeah, yeah, I like thinking. I like bringing alternatives, what can be done. At the same time, I dream that I visualize that once I am done with this, probably I'll enjoy the time. So, a thinker who keeps dreaming to do the best. So, I'll not give up until unless that is done.
So, Jiju, it has been absolute pleasure diving into your journey and understanding how you build ecosystems. To wrap up our conversation, we would like to ask you our final signature question. What, according to you, is the inspiring mind?
Before I answer this question, let me thank you, the inspiring minds, and all the people who are involved. Archana, Ritu, and all that. You're doing a wonderful job. It's not easy, sir. Let me be very, very candid. It's not easy. You're coming out of the normal routine office work and spending time to bring in smiles on many people's face. We may not acknowledge, but we need to appreciate that. Many will not acknowledge, but I really appreciate the amount of hard work that is going in. So this is something which I wanted to say for inspiring minds. Inspiring mind is where passion, expertise, and purpose come together in the relentless pursuit for excellence. I want to repeat this, sir. The inspiring
Yes.
mind is where passion, expertise, and purpose come together in relentless pursuit for excellence.
So let me give you a background how we all started. This inspiring minds journey started. So we were a group of 4 or 5 HR professionals, senior HR professionals. So we combined together and started thinking, let's do something that is the other people should enjoy. Okay, rather than just having the awards and everything. Even when we are coming up with the awards, we will get make it so complicated that it will create a benchmark for others. Okay. So that is how we started. And while deciding the name, many names came in our mind that we should keep this, that. Okay. Then everyone agreed to that we need to consider, because we all are HR and we all are people. Okay. So people by default, if it is people, then we say that it is the mind that drives everything.
Absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely,
So when we come for the mind part, okay, we say that the word should contain our name should contain a word called minds. Okay, and that mind is not very helpful for the other if it is that mind is not inspiring others. Okay, so that is where the
absolutely. I
name,
agree.
the inspiring minds, came into the picture. Okay, so we all started contributing to this journey. Okay, both as a physical, so we have got a team. So who one take care of one part, other take care of the one part. So usually you see me as one of the face. Okay, other people are behind the scene. So we are just started
Absolutely,
a
sir.
year back, and we are trying our best to bring the best out of that. So we have worked on agriculture. We work on different areas to bring all those things together.
Great
So
work, sir. Great work.
Jiju, thank you for breaking down how true learning development isn't just a classroom exercise, but a strategic business driver that builds culture of innovation. Your insight for managing the massive operational ecosystem to shaping individual mindset gives us an incredible blueprint of growth. To all our audience, thank you for tuning in to this episode of Inspiring Minds Conversation. We hope Jesus' dedication of continuous learning, mentoring, and lifting others inspire you to raise your own bar, take action, and make a lasting impact. Don't forget to
Thank
like,
you.
subscribe, share, and this conversation with someone who is committed to growth. Until next time, keep dreaming, keep doing, and keep inspiring. Thank you and
Thank
take
you.
care. We will see you in the next episode.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Dr. Vishal. Absolutely fantastic chatting with you. You bring in a lot of energy, and I am looking forward to probably meet you in person someday. God bless you for the wonderful work you're doing.
Thank you.